Hello, 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 everybody. All right, going off to here. Okay, so last time, um, Mason learns stuff about his sword.
Still a dick.
Still a dick, but it used to live in the city before shit went down. Was Kelda the cracked?
Yeah, I've got a couple crystals.
Yep. She's got a collection.
I think what, two of them? I've got a cracked one and I've got a whole one.
Yeah. It always starts with two.
You guys have now descended the 5th floor. About halfway down, you start to see banners of the church. The church's banners set up on the walls going down to the 5th floor. As you reach the bottom, there isn't anyone in sight. However, the church has erected, like, I want to say, like, workers on the floor to be, like, guide them. There are banners set up every so often along the way. There are banners against the walls. And this floor, unlike the other floors, are kind of really silent.
Straight up say I do not remember entering this place. Was it on a session I wasn't here?
Yes. Yes. So.
Makes more sense.
Yep, I believe so. Because we entered. Yes, because we entered when you weren't here, and then, drag you along. You actually saved them, on level 4. If you remember making that pact with the other creatures that lived in the park area of that floor. Yeah.
Yep.
They remembered you. They let you pass.
Aww.
Fighting.
Good honorable folk. Friend.
I guess Mason Wood asks, so reminder, how do these folk know you, Nox?
This was quite a while ago. We passed through here before. And I believe we cut a deal to get through on the basis that we dealt with something worse further down. I think. I can't remember the specifics of it, but it worked out for the best.
Oh, it's those water bugs. Sorry, I finally figured out what the hell's been knocking into my freaking window behind me. It's just one of those water bug things.
I wondered why it wasn't answering me.
I was like, I heard it again. I saw it, and I was like, oh, you fucking dick. A stupid little bug. Fuck off. Seriously. Alright, I have to go back into my notes to figure this out really quickly. Now that that mystery is solved, I can... City. What? Yes. So I remember the condition now. I actually wrote it down. So their request is that you clear out the way for them to descend all the way down to the castle.
Oh, yeah. So I guess I still owe them.
Well, they haven't speared or attacked us, so I guess that's, good sign. Good sign.
So we've already gone past them, yeah?
Yep. You're on the 5th floor now. That was on the 4th floor.
We'd just gotten down to down the staircase, or on the way to down the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the floor after them was worse. Pretty much every floor gets worse.
Mm.
It's like Sword Art Online.
Except in reverse.
Hmm.
Start out online, you're going
I've always been a bit
upwards.
backwards, it's fine.
Sword Art
We're going
offline?
downwards.
Sword Art
I still need to
connecting.
finish that anime, by the way. I haven't seen the last arc.
I have never watched it.
It's good.
It's not my cup of
I
tea.
don't really watch I'll read manga, but I won't really watch anime.
The first 2 seasons are kind of dull, but it's good.
No, I love anime. I'm a big addict of the Studio Ghibli movies.
Same.
I
Those
went.
are always good.
So, sorry, segue.
Yeah.
On last Friday, I went to a concert where Joe Hisashi was conducting the London Symphonic Orchestra, doing all of the soundtrack songs.
Oh, did you listen to? It's gonna continue with this segue. On their 50th anniversary, I think in 2020, they did a live stream. It was on YouTube and was on a whole bunch of live television stuff, where a live orchestra in Japan went through all of the Studio Ghibli music for all of the movies they did, and showed clips and stuff whilst they were playing it.
Yeah, so that's basically what I went to
beautiful.
because we booked the tickets before lockdown. And it kept getting delayed because of the lockdowns, and he finally came over and did it. So that was literally what I saw.
Did you see that Hideo Miyazaki failed to retire again?
Yep.
Oh yeah, always, but I'm not complaining.
Happens every now and again.
No, of course not.
He's like, he can't pass on the torch because the torchbearer is no good.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
there
the
are
master.
better people to pass.
But he played music from the new one that's going to be coming out.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Anyways,
Anyway,
remember
you're back in
the
the room.
last anime I watched. Anyways, we're gonna get back into this. Oh, it was Himeyona. Or I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm putting this in the chat. This was the last one I watched. It's very cutesy. There you go. It's in the session chat. It's very slice of life. Very nice. Recommend watching it.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Super chill, super cute. Love it. Anyways, moving on. Back into the game. Alright, so down here, bunch of the church's banners up everywhere. as you descend down to level 5, where Nox was. Still just at the end. Okay.
Manifested.
Nox, you want to go visit? I mean, last time you kind of burned it down, if I remember correctly.
I mean, I'm not ruling that option out this time.
Well, not a lot of.
And there
I
were
would
cats
say
everywhere.
there are cats everywhere. Yeah.
Make a perception
So-
check.
All of us?
Sure.
That is a 13.
Do 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 do. Oh, here it is.
That's a 9.
I got a 15.
Nox
Nailed
and Mason. As Nox, you comment how you remember there being cats everywhere. And I'll look up and you see 2 cats just perched on one of the roofs. Like sitting there, chilling.
I'm busy looking for stuff to steal.
Were they cats that we let out the cages?
Been a long time. I would have to have you roll a history check to remember if those are exactly the ones.
That pretty much sums up whether I'm gonna know or not.
Yeah.
Just the fact that I'm rolling it. Yeah, that's a 7.
Yeah, you don't know if these are exactly the ones that you released, but there are cats.
As long as they don't come running up to me going, Savior!
Yeah, is at you and no, I'm the only one who could. As far as I know.
As far as you know.
There could be a civilization of talking cats.
Yeah, I would not like to see that civil. Only assume kind of.
It's
things
fine
that
as long as they don't have opposable thumbs.
That'd,
we have
that'd lead to
opposable thumbs.
the world ending.
Just don't work with Wetlass.
I need to put you to work more if you have opposable thumbs.
I can't pick up a sword, but I can pick up like paper.
I have seen a dog wield a sword. I'm sure a cat could wield a dagger.
Oh, probably.
Just
in
use your
battle.
tail.
I'm not a tabaxi. Anyways, you guys gonna move pot?
I'm
If I
terrified.
remember correctly, y'all have control over this tile.
Oh, yeah, we're still doing roll 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Nox,
I thought you were moving it.
Helda has. No, I was, but you guys. And direct me over to the location you want.
Not gonna lie, Mason's very wary of this location. Just in general.
So the markers are going out this way.
So we can that thing. Well, the layout's always the same, so we have to get to the opposite side.
It control?
For what?
Oh, it's
Yeah. Well, this is constructive.
yes. Anyways, it's moving. Like I said,
Nox.
the markers are going this way.
Then Nox is going the other way. I just remember the middle bit being big and open and highly visible, so generally bad for sneaky sneak.
You guys want to?
Yeah, Mason would be following.
Of course.
Good walk, girl.
That is a mod
16.
20.
So good.
I'll reload.
That though.
Mod 20. Worrying. Suspicious.
As you get around see a guard walking towards. Now he hasn't noticed you all yet, and I assume you guys duck into one of the houses to avoid
Quick, act
suspicion.
natural.
Yeah, do we want to just sidestep, or do we want to, like, try to talkie our way out? Like, how do we want to do this?
He is wearing a gear that you clearly identify as a guard from one of the churches.
Avoid! Avoid!
And we will be sidestepping
Tuck
into
in
a
somewhere.
You sidestep house. Everyone's able to do it. Fox ends up tripping on some rubble, making a bit of noise as he stumbles
no.
Slander.
into the house.
No, I just tripped over Kelda and she squealed.
Guard
You know I'm small, but
stops
I'm not a pebble.
and points over a light
Speed bump.
to all of you. We stealth one more time, or anything else if you wish. Not a lot of options. Combat though.
And not a lot in Mason's
Stealth again.
armor.
Ugh, that's a
So-
14.
Stealth again. That's a 27.
23.
Maybe you did unintentionally
Everyone
topple
squares
over
up
you.
but Kelda. No, I'm kidding.
Basically, Nox just
After-
picks Kelda up and hides behind her.
Yeah, you like trips me. I'm like, fuck.
Like, I'm not here, but she is.
After a couple moments of being at this house, he kind of approaches. He looks through the windows. He doesn't like hardcore, like goes into the house and stuff. He like, when you play a video game and you're trying to sneak around and the enemy just like walks in front of the window and just does like a looking animation.
Hmm.
That's what
Yeah.
he does, essentially. That's
Metal Gear
essentially what he
Solid, the
does.
explanation mark,
Like
hmm?
illuminates the room as you guys are like hiding
Under the
and-
windowsill.
Yeah, basically, and then he walks away after a little while. You guys wanna-
Uh, Mason just kind of looks to Knox and just asks, "You think there's gonna be more around the corner? Should we bunker down for a bit?"
Well, we got quite a way before we found one, so I can only imagine we'd encounter one or two more before we get to the next level. Probably evade them easier once we get around where the park is.
Coming. Knox.
Sorry.
It is coming to sundown.
How can we tell?
Remember?
Oh, I thought it was the same all the time.
It's the same, like,
But not.
same like illumination system. Maps the time outside to inside.
Not fair enough.
It's mostly rocky. Is dotted with more of the crystals that illuminate during the day and turn into like twinkling stars at night.
Hmm.
I assume they'll hunker down and out.
Mm-hmm.
Has gotten
Absolutely.
pretty proficient at this. Our house. Bunker everything up, block everything up. Going on.
Scope the place out again.
As night you hear screaming, echoes of swords against cries for as they are foolishly attacking.
Knox is fighting the compulsion to go and help. Enemy of my enemy.
Ah, but they don't.
We've made
view
a
you
deal
as
with
an
the
enemy as
locals.
an enemy. You as an enemy.
Yeah, but we've made a deal with the locals.
Not them. They are the night creatures.
Oh yeah, ones you hide from.
Yep.
Okay, let him have a feast.
About to say, these
Snap,
are
snap.
not the creatures from the floor above.
These are not the creatures you're looking for.
Yeah, kind of pissed off.
I've been pissed off at Star Wars.
Well, there was a whole dossier that George Lucas had, going off topic again. George Lucas had a whole plan for
Surely not.
episode 7, 8, and 9 that involved Princess Leia becoming now basically like the leader of the Republic, the reestablishment of the Republic, and the reestablishment of the Jedi Order in those 3 movies, and then we got that shit show.
Yeah, I've heard they're remaking them.
I hope they do.
Oh, they better not remake the original trilogy. That's all I
No,
have to say.
I've heard that George Lucas is going to remake 7, 8, and 9.
Well, no, I'm getting off topic myself, but it's like they better not touch the original. I'd be
I don't
so
think
no,
they're
mad.
the
ever
original's
gonna
the best.
touch the original, and if they
That's
do,
one thing
they're
I liked
gonna
about
bury
Rogue One. It
themselves.
was so true to the original things.
Yeah, but that thing went through development hell. That thing was rewritten at least 3 to 5 times.
That means they wanted to get it right.
Yep.
But back on topic, I saw that the other day. I got really off of and all that shit.
Hmm.
So mad. Anyways, night happens. You guys do anything? Whilst you're hunkering down?
Might as well grab another crystal.
Go
To
through
play
the
with the
house.
crystals.
House actually has a second story, so you actually find 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, no. Mason just is trying to zone out. He not wanting to commune with his sword, and he already told Nox about how this thing's basically trying to control him to kill anything and everything living, including his comrades. So it's like he's just kind of off in a corner.
Shady sword.
Yep.
Like forever since we dealt with Shady Sword.
I will just mention as well that last session we discussed, yeah, Kilda doesn't really check if things are cursed because she's used to getting uncursed as soon as she goes home. So
Yeah,
it's a good idea
Mason
to
just
stop
doesn't.
her grabbing anything on the floor.
Yeah, Mason's been the check to see if it's cursed guy.
This is a thief with like close to 0 impulse control with shiny things because even if it's cursed, hey, it's no problem. I'll be
So your
cursed for like
character has
a couple
ADHD.
hours maybe. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If I get
But yeah,
cursed,
no.
it'll be short term and it's fine.
That's not always the case, Mason would kind of point out. Sometimes you can either grow a 3rd head, and I'm saying 3rd as in 3, or you want to go on a murderous rampage.
I can deal
Kill
with
for
that.
me? Come on. Church rampages.
Shut up, you.
Clearly
You just
based
hear
on
him
cat.
literally just say that out loud. Just shut up, you.
That's enough out of you.
I know people who get that sorted for me if I end up going on a murderous rampage. It's fine.
Does anyone else do anything, Ox?
I'm just rehashing my spells.
Okay.
Suggestions welcome.
A wish spell would be nice.
Well, let me just wish for that.
Remember the spell that I have, or homebrew that I have?
No.
Regarding
No.
spells that are
Okay.
at a higher
No.
No.
and
I don't
do
think
It
it,
I've
has
ever heard you mention
consequences?
that
but
one.
it will hurt you.
I think I have that written down somewhere.
Yes. And I don't think Nox. I think Nox, where your highest like levels, your highest.
Yeah. hmm
Yeah. So if you were to try to cast level 9, it would be gone.
Turned inside out. Yep.
Let's see, what's the highest Mason? He's 4.
I can
I can do
remove
second level
curse.
spells.
What?
I can cast remove curse.
Keep those a backup for me. Because Mason can't change out his spells.
Yeah, nice thing about
Why there's
druids.
King Tilda.
Right, long rest equals switching spells.
Same thing.
Yep.
That's it. I can't believe sorcerers aren't like that though. Or are they?
No.
Are.
No, sorcerers have
No.
very few, and they're fixed, but they can tweak their spells with sorcery points.
I think
But
I
they
can.
can't like change their prepared spells, which kind of suck.
It's only wisdom casters that can do that. Full wisdom casters at that.
I think I can change mine on level up.
I think anyone can change theirs on level up, but we're
Yeah.
talking about like
Yeah.
on a long rest.
Yeah, can't do that. I've got just sheets of paper just stuck in my pockets. Just like, okay, what was that spell that I remembered?
Yeah, Mason
Is
just
not
has to
good
change his
intelligence
tune.
caster. What was that again?
I'm good at it, but it's like I gotta look for it. It's not what I'm focused on. I'm focused on being very sneaky.
Alrighty. So the day everything gets brighter. And it was about halfway through the night when you stopped hearing any cries or anything. As you come out of the house, unblockade yourself. A soldier dead on the floor right in front of your house.
I check his
Wasn't me.
pockets.
It has gold pieces in the pocket.
I take the gold.
Nox be like, put them over the app.
Yeah, Mason's just
its
gonna look at the wounds.
chest piece is torn off, and its
Kinky.
entire abdomen is ripped apart, and
Little
it is
extreme.
just an empty cavity of bone and flesh. What were you gonna say, Nox?
Nox. Yeah.
I'm not repeating that.
Why not? Come on.
Nox just sort of like step out the front door, kind of look at it for a long moment, and then just like step over it.
It's more so in the middle of the street. It's just like directly in front of the door. So like first thing you open the door, you would just like immediately see it.
Ugh. What a shame. Nox, do you know what these creatures are that's turning these people into meat pies? Or boneless pies?
Do not know. Can only assume they're servants of the thing down by the castle. They only come out in the dark, though.
Yeah, we were testing we was doing some testing theories with those crystals and the torch. They don't like light a lot, but not gonna. Seems more like natural light is what they don't like more than anything.
I can conjure daylight.
Maybe when we hunker down and find a decent spot, maybe we could test to see if your spell can like push them back.
Potentially.
As safe as yeah. All right, let's move on.
As you walk over the body, get to this point here. Knocks. He. Yes.
In the camp, I take it. In the park.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Might be worth sneaking at this point.
Yeah.
No.
Oof. 13.
Everyone did that this
Not one.
time.
It's a nat 1. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what great thing. Well, technically rogue and bard, so I got all the expertise. So
Don't you have lucky?
Oh, do I have? I do have lucky.
Yeah,
Oh, thank God.
I was about to say, don't you have
Not much
lucky?
better.
Well, it's better than that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot that I had lucky.
As you go through Knox, as you go, you enter through a large tent that takes up the entirety of the park area. You can think of it as like the size of like one of those ginormous circus tents. That
Oh
like
yeah, like a big pavilion.
yeah, like huge tents. Inside are smaller tents for different things. Some of them have their fronts open, others are they're like closed, but you can still go into them. As you're walking towards the center, you pass by several tents with live animals in them. These animals look normal. Have a tiger, a lion,
A
you
bear?
have a bear, have
Is it
a
wearing a
smaller
tutu?
Oh
cage
my.
with a couple rabbits, have with a dire wolf,
A puppy?
A
a
floofer?
dire wolf,
A pupper?
A
Direfloof.
floofer.
okay. Um, as you get to the center, you can see that there is a tent like right around here. It seems to be like a more important tent as it's like closed off. Um, whereas the other tents are more open. Um, there's another tent like right around here with some other like smaller animals. There's ferrets, cats. There's dog in there is a horse. Animal.
Alright.
And Nox, there's a hole right over here. You remember it being there last time.
Do I?
Being filled. Unsuccessful.
Ah, yeah, loads of bodies. The bodies hit the floor.
So as you look down, you actually notice that instead of they've gone back to pretty much primarily animal.
I was going to say, so are there signs around the camp that this is church based?
Everywhere. Everywhere. There are signs staked in the ground. The tents have them on it. Everywhere.
You see Nox is visibly agitated. They're at it again.
Who is?
Church. Experimenting on merging life forms.
As the two of you approach this pit that you down, you see the monstrosity, best way to describe it.
Like chimera.
Essentially failed attempts at chimeras. A bunny with a bunny's head with the body of a lion. I
They
don't want to
proportionate.
say that. Because
Yeah,
would
that just
trigger
doesn't work.
people. Well, their failed attempt.
Very much
have
did not
several
judge size
questions.
well.
You clearly need to think about compatibility here. I mean, a lion's head on a rabbit's body that is the size of
That
a
was it.
lion's body would be far more terrifying because it would be extremely fast and dangerous. Other way around, not so much.
May I remind you that last year killed and destroyed all of the head researchers' notes.
Oh, I know. I remember. Because we
So,
had the option to let him go, and that was not happening.
yes,
Mason just kind of
and
looks.
now they're starting from scratch again.
I'm sorry, they need a new chalkboard if that's scratch.
Well, at least I know that we are very efficient in destroying all of their notes if they're starting at this basic level again. It'll be a long time till they work their way back up to making something like me. How many things will suffer in the meantime? Can't imagine the new researcher is anywhere near as dangerous as the last one. Perhaps we should pay them a visit. What?
I'm gonna go in.
Well, I had looked to the others, because it'd be like, we can put an end to this, or we can just slide on by, and they'll never know we were here.
Well, innocent creatures are suffering, so
Yeah, let's sort this
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, you'd see a smile spread across Nox's face, which is a little more sinister than it has any right to be. But it's because it smacks of revenge.
As you approach, as you open the tent,
so much more dignified than what I was thinking.
Okay. As you open the flaps, boom. The cage falls and traps all of you.
I was just going to set the tent on fire.
As you go to try to do that, your magic's not working.
No, I mean, I would have done that prior to trying to go in. I wouldn't have tried to go in, I'd have just tried to torch it. But, too late.
Magic. We're trapped in the cage. Hear a woman's goes. Finally.
Mhm. Wait.
Enough sneaking around.
We'll sneak as much as we want.
We're not here.
Well, fortunately for the two of you, as she comes out from the tent and she looks at both Kelda and Mason.
How
I
did you
don't
come out
really
of the
need
tent?
you.
Really confused.
I only need you. That I can somehow reverse engineer what you are.
Your predecessor failed at that. What makes you think you have any chance?
Let's call it. What is
He raises
everyone's
an
hit
eyebrow.
points at?
That's a terrifying question. 53?
53.
73.
Too many.
106.
Too many for whatever you're about to do.
179.
106. Yeah, so.
We're about to become some weird three-headed monster with a combination of all our hit points.
Damn it. Alright, I'll make a new character.
Nope, I'm not killing
I
you all.
just got here.
I'm not killing you.
Yeah, Nox is the only one who kills playable characters in this campaign.
And he somewhat likes us. He doesn't hate us.
Jesus
Dante.
Christ.
Memories.
Right. Watching the stream, we'll be able to see this.
Oh no.
Le gasp.
Should have pulled it up. I usually do. Why didn't I do it this time?
I knew I should have bought those smoke bombs. Instant teleportation. Rule of ninjas.
I take it the cage blocks all kinds of magic, including innate magic.
Yes.
I got Dungeon
From the
Delver.
person
Shouldn't that have helped me
inside.
avoid this?
Can't you
Casting
pick
it.
the lock?
Can I pick the lock?
You would be able to if you and Mason didn't just fall asleep.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh, sleep spell, that's why. Okay.
Ugh. Couldn't I avoided this as it fell?
And I think this is for plots, so.
I
Yeah.
don't know if can you avoid a sleep.
What is a
Oh,
concept?
no, we're talking about the cage.
No. Yeah, I was talking about the cage.
Oh, the cage.
So I got Dungeon
I should
Delver.
know.
I should be
Cage
good,
plot.
really good against traps.
Cage is
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think this is just plots.
Yeah.
Sorry, it has plot armor.
Damn.
Damn it! I knew this cage was a Mary Sue. Nobody would listen to me. God damn it.
As the two of you fall asleep, though, she purses her lips and she goes, "That would work and all." Yes, you would.
I just narrow my eyes at her and kick Mason.
Ugh, ugh. Yeah, I had a bad dream. We was in a kit. Oh, well.
Well, the thing is, I don't really need
He
to
kicks Kelda.
come willingly, or will I have to?
That's what she said.
I was gonna say.
That is exactly what I said.
We are in a cage after all.
So
I'm
it's-
still asleep.
So this
That sticks you.
this boss is a dominatrix. Got it.
Now I'm awake.
Anyone? Kelda?
I
Knox
did
said
say
he
I
kicked her.
kicked Kelda.
Oh, I thought you said you picked Mason.
Oh, I did, but then
Kicked
I
both.
kicked Kelda in the middle of her little speech.
Okay. Kelda's now. Okay.
I waited till she was distracted doing a villain monologue.
Well then. Huh?
He just narrows his eyes at her.
You'll all be agreeable. Outside. Locked.
Finally get the prime thing you want to experiment on, and you would have it torn to shreds.
This cage is more. You might get scratched. That'll be the worst. Least of your. She snaps her fingers. I. Out of the tent. On one of the pathways. Goes, guards, watch them.
For now, watch and study.
The guards
sense.
pretty much just they keep a eye on you, but they're not very attentive. Not so Nox. Remember, the guards when working for the previous scientist, they were like full-fledged loyal. These seem to be a little less so.
They
You
have
said
the
they're
look
not
of
paying very much attention, right?
No, they're not paying very much.
Well, can I try and pick the lock?
And I assume you're gonna try to do this stealthily, correct?
Absolutely.
Roll stealth first.
Alright, let's see how bad it is this time. 19?
Since okay,
Pretty good.
don't need to.
Roll me sleight of hand. I assume you're proficient in thieves' tools.
Expert Thieves' Tools. Yeah, so that's a +4 to that, isn't it? That's a 22.
Okay, so successfully get the lock to click.
I've got visions of her like just stepping through the bars and then doing this from the outside.
The bars are too.
I mean, I am small.
The
then
bars are
stepping
too
back in and
thick
opening it.
together to be able to do that. You're in like a bird cage type of contraption. Um, it clicks, and then magically appears a lock.
Ah,
Llama.
It is.
Are we church?
this is.
Can
I just say,
Mason
well, that's
do
just rude.
Can Mason do an Arcana check to see if this is like a never-ending lock or like it's just fruitless to keep on trying? Like, does he like know like
Go
what
ahead.
type of? Right. 23.
Not for
It isn't. Okay.
However, note there are 5 locks total.
Should I pick another
Rock
one?
on.
Should I pick it again?
Again.
All right. Do you want me? I'll pick it again. Do you want me
Yeah,
to do
sleight of
stealth
hand.
again? Just sleight of
I'm
hand.
gonna say the stealth stays,
Awesome.
and I assume that Nox and Mason are helping to kind of hide you. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
if
Nox
you
has
just
got
like
like a
stand
big.
in front of me.
yeah,
Nox has got like a big cloak on, so he could literally effectively stand over you and conceal you.
so
Cool.
yeah, just
I'll do
sleight
that
of
again.
Can't give you
hand.
guidance.
That is 17.
That one not click.
90.
I'll try again.
Okay.
I reroll ones. That's another one.
Okay, that takes some doing.
There we go. 34.
That one's click. Now, here's a rules question. When
Rules
it comes
question:
to
30
lucky,
clicks.
specifically. If you get 2 ones, does that second one is that your solidified thing?
Doesn't it just say you re-roll ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just says that I reroll ones. You can reroll and must use the new roll, so that second one would have stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's my question, because I haven't read Lucky for a while. I remember that you reroll all ones, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Wait, thing is this, are we talking halfling luck or the lucky feat?
This is
Halfling luck.
yeah.
yeah, halfling.
I think the lucky
'Cause I think
feat
they
works
work
a little
differently.
differently.
It was his halfling luck. But yeah, that third try at that second luck was the 34. I kind of wiped my brow. I was like, God,
A new
magical
lock
locks.
appears. This time on the opposite end of the
go over to try and unlock that one. Stealth sticking still.
I assume.
Cool. Come on.
Rolling one.
Yeah. The 28.
24.
I am rolling physical dice now.
Well, at least we know who to volunteer to be experimented on if she comes back.
28 deaths unlocked.
It's like 5 ones today.
The fourth lock right next.
Right. Roll another die. A physical die this time. For this next one.
If that's a 1-2, just give up.
No, it's a 16 on the die. I've got to do math now. 27. 31.
31.
Send a picture, really.
Yeah.
That
Verify.
way we can verify.
I can like. Wait. On the die. Let me see if I can.
Oh, there it
I
is.
can like set up my webcam.
Okay. So it was, and then
Plus 11 plus proficiency.
Or
Or
yeah.
plus. Yeah. Plus
you said
proficiency.
31.
Yeah.
that. Now that was what, the fourth lock?
Yeah.
Yep. So the last
2 on one side,
appears,
1 on the other, 1 next to it.
and it appears in the roof.
The roof.
The ceiling. Above you. The center.
Right. So Nox will let her sit on his shoulders and he'll pull his hood up over so the hood's over her head.
Give me just a sec. I'm
You wanna
trying to
roll me
figure
a
out.
strength check really quick, Knox?
Just how many breakfasts does this halfling have?
So you know, we always have to have breakfast.
That's a net 20.
Yep. You're good. You just lift her up like no one's watching.
You
Okay,
just
it's not the
one-handing
ceiling.
it.
Just one-handed.
It's like you're doing that whole, like, you lean against, like, the wall, but it's like you're doing one
Yep.
hand.
Doing like bicep curls with a halfling. It's like, okay, stop, I'm getting dizzy.
Alright, Kelda.
Let's see. There we go. Using my yarn bowl for this. Here we go. Another 16.
For all the people who are watching, the because
Ice cam.
D&D Beyond is not
I
agreeing
was gonna
with
say
her
dice
today.
cam, that's not a face.
5 nat ones on D&D
Yeah.
Beyond. Hell no.
It has betrayed you.
Yeah, that's another 31.
Only a difference of 30.
The 5th lock.
It it opens and a second cage drops down.
God damn it.
Get distracted. Beyond has dice now, or has a map now.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I got it. It's in like alpha, so it like barely works.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, got distracted by that because I was like, "What is this play button right here next to the freaking campaign thing and the character thing?" That's what that was. Anyways, you get it unlocked, and the top of it opens. Climb out. Climb out.
How many guards
you
are
feel your
around?
magic come back to you as the door opens.
How many guards are around?
There's one guard, half asleep, not really paying attention.
Yeah, he would like lift her up a little higher so she can climb out if she wants.
Yeah. I feel like I just kind of like, if I'm on his shoulders, depending on how tall it is above him, I'd probably be able to just jump out from his shoulders.
Oh
Yeah,
most
because he
definitely
wouldn't be
jump out.
looking up while she's on his shoulders, so he would probably just feel her like literally lift away. And then realize.
Out of the cave.
And then it'd probably give Mason a leg up.
Should he try acrobatics to get out?
Sure.
Can be like a
10.
cheerleader throw.
Nox's help, you're able to get out. Nox, I assume spider crawl.
Pretty much. I'd just kind of like grab the top bars, swing my feet up so that they kind of grab to it, and then go through.
You're all out.
Nox could hear Mason just kind of whisper, "Lucky fucker."
It is 10 minutes to nightfall.
Can we just hide in one of the
Level?
tents?
I don't think
Or are
tents
we
would
close
be a
enough
good
to run?
idea.
I think we make a break for the next level. And find a house
At the-
close to the entrance.
Yep. Especially since 2 rogues, bonus action dash, and Nox can wild shape into something a bit quicker. I think just straight up run would be the best option.
Yeah.
By
Book it.
time you get to here, start seeing the creatures fly out from the stairs as it gets darker.
We
Uh,
dive into one of the buildings.
Dive into
I
the building.
wouldn't want to be in one so close to that park.
let's see. God. Mason is.
Unless you want to chance that daylight spell.
It would completely give away our position, but then I doubt anyone's going to be coming after us in this. Just
Their options are like dive into one of the nearby buildings or daylight, I think. Because I don't think we can fight the flying things or outrun them.
Yeah, I'm
so-
just double checking.
Well, Mason's thinking about doing a haste spell, but he's trying to read up. It doesn't look like he can upcast and do 2 people. I don't know if that's possible.
Absolutely not.
I was gonna say she's a halfling rogue is kind of her thing.
Oh, this bug keeps on trying to smash through this window, and it's like through this window.
Oh, I miss having screens over windows.
But yeah, no, and sadly not sorcerer, so I can't twin cast spell. Fuck.
Okay, Nox would say, you quickly look around and say, does anyone have a small object that could be covered if necessary?
What kind of object do you want?
Something you're not likely to drop, but you can quickly stuff in a pocket if you need to hide it.
I've got 1,000 ball bearings on me right now.
Too small.
Uh,
Okay, so Nox would draw the wand out of himself.
I've got light crystals as well. I've
And
got
he
3
would.
unbroken ones.
The crystals are the correct size. I know what size you need. It's the bell bearings would be too small, but the crystals would be about the right size.
Yeah, I suppose he could just use one of those. Do they not emit light themselves anyway?
It's so
We tested it, and the creatures were not bothered by it.
they're not bothered
Okay.
by it, but also you have to channel some magic into it to activate it in the first place.
Okay, well, I am all for channeling in, and this will be a 3rd level spell. So it's quite a bit of magic. He would gesture to Kelda for the crystal.
I hand one over.
Crouch behind a building, and he would crouch down and sort of hold it between his hands like he's praying for a moment. And then it would start getting brighter and brighter and brighter as he binds a daylight spell to it. And then he would kind of hold it in his hand so it aims the light forward, kind of like a torch.
You see they like blink away, like try to get away.
So they really don't like it. So he would sort of like go, yes, it looks like it works.
As I guess we're gonna be behind surrounding Nox, as Mason's actually going to be doing a little bit extra protection. If you don't mind, I could add a little bit of a buffer if any stragglers come our way.
Well, the merrier. We do not want to get caught by even one of those.
As you see Mason pull out his flute, as you hear him play like a
I
haunting
generally thought
melody.
you just said floof.
Flute. Well, he does have his familiar still, so he pulls out his familiar and starts
like-
playing on his familiar.
I was about to say, what does pulling out his floof mean?
His flutes, his pan flute, as you start to see spirits start to come forth as he is casting spirit guardians.
Nice.
He is going to do it at
As you
4th
cast
level.
this, though, in this space particularly, you notice that there are a lot more spirits coming as you see droves of dead ghosts come out from buildings from all around, and you basically have a whole shield of just ghosts all around you.
Nox would say, that's some potent magic.
More like the dead wanting payback for these fuckers. Let's move.
Yeah, and he would take the lead using the light to part the ways so that they could charge through. And as they approached the entrance, so it'd be less visible to the outside, he would hold it like on top of his palm, and hold it higher above him, so it covers much larger area of light rather than just a specific spot.
So you get out down the stairs. There's a large they were all coming out of, and as you go past that, no longer as they're all going upwards, and as you descend,
That was
go down, there's docking. Them. They are black and scaly. They have a wing of a bat. They have talons and have sharp, fanged like teeth. Large, bright, orange eyes, and as Will stops and stares them all, bright yellow eyes, all of them.
Yeah, Nox had stopped dead in his tracks.
See the ghost dissipate, and you them flying up, catching ghosts, of which catch that word.
Nox would pretty much say, "Quick, they're distracted."
Tuck into a house.
And he would only run as far as necessary to find a reasonably sturdy looking securable
Tuck into a
premises.
house.
And then he would just say to them, he'd set if there was like a light fitting or anything in the ceiling, or like a mantelpiece or anything, he would set the crystal on it so that it lit the whole room, and then set about boarding up windows and doors and the like.
You do so.
Real quick, is this we've gotten to the 6th level or we're still on the 5th?
Nope. You're on 6th level.
Yeah, we've just entered the 6th level.
Yeah. Cool, yeah.
And dived into a house
Uncharted territory,
away from angry bats.
away from the church. Here, Mason in ghosts themselves. You hear their screams more than any as of the dead as they're covered.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if he's mentally strong enough to hold against that. So quick wisdom save from him. No, as the other two just see Mason just drop to his knees, holding his head, just looking like he's like almost on the verge of screaming.
Nox would go about.
First thing that comes to your mind.
So first thing that comes to mind would be to unleash his, the sort of shadow that envelops the surrounding area, because it sort of blocks and dampens everything and has a protective quality to it, because he's dominant over that sort of territory. So he would spread that out over the inside of here and see if it dampens the effect.
Notice now goes dark. So see that the daylight thing is still going, but the room is dark.
But does it go quiet?
Or Mason. For you all don't have as an who could hear it. It wasn't super intense.
Yeah.
But you both goes away. Mason, it largely goes away. But you can still hear it. But it's like in the distance. Now.
Yeah, he's sweating, just still holding his head.
I'm guessing the spirits are getting to you.
Yeah, I think Kelda just kind of starts like stroking his back. Like, it's okay.
Death should be a final release. Something to bring peace. Not this.
Do we think this is going to be something that just lasts a short time while the spirits drawn by the spell get attacked, or is it going to be something that happens all night?
Well, then with that wisdom check, I'm gonna say it's safe to assume that is that a concentration spell?
It was.
So I'm gonna take the assumption that the spell ended
Yeah.
when he failed that concentration.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the wisdom just to see if he can either hold it or just like, But yeah, it would just automatically fail. And Mason would be like, it's my fault. I didn't bring them out.
Surely you didn't force any of them. I'm not sure you're capable of forcing that many.
Yeah, he kind of nods, but you kind of see more of like he's just very blank-faced about this. Like he just unintentionally led to so many people into like just non-existence or a damnation that he can't or doesn't want to comprehend right now.
You probably want to help us get as far down here as we can in order to stop this and end it for good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure if they know that we can end it for all the others, they would have done it willingly. Just as I'd put myself in the line of fire to make sure no further experiments happen.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm good. I'm good. He just slowly gets up.
While I know we have this house, I'm loath to rely entirely on it. If we clear this room out a bit, I'll cast some protective magic for the night. We don't know if these creatures follow the same rules as the ones above. and it set about clearing space in the middle of the largest room to cast Leomund's tiny hut for an extra layer of protection.
I forget. Past like an actual like thing. It's just like an area
Nice.
effect.
So it's a ritual spell, and it centered on self, 10-foot radius. There's no rolls or anything to do because you can only do it out of combat.
Okay. Go ahead. Anyone else do anything?
No.
No, Mason's still just half in, half out right now.
Night passes. While I assume the daylight spell ended at some point,
The daylight spell lasts an hour.
so it would have been ended by now.
Mhm.
Although you have your back if you get.
Yes.
As you unboard windows and you're kind of just down.
Oh, for the love of God! I'm going to conjure darkness to scare this one off.
I'll work on this one. It is cloaked in a tethered of fabric. Has a long, elongated mouth and eye holes that are just as it just slowly stomped.
Does it look undead? Right, we have daytime residents too. You two prepared to move out?
Mason just nods.
So does Kelda.
Suggest we take the same route we took last time, around the edge. Seems to be a similar layout on each layer, so at least we'll know the terrain. Know where we can hide if need be.
Gets to at a more drastic rate. First two levels were several days to pass. Third level took a day and a lecture. Fourth level, the day, one night, and like half a day. Fifth level, a day and a little bit. This layer would only take a day to pass around everything.
Alright.
Go ahead
Well,
and
I'd say
roll
it's
stealth, everyone.
might actually, just for the hell of it,
That's
do a pass without
Yeah,
trace
17.
on this one.
So
27.
28.
that
then?
is 28.
Great.
What? It's just as well I did that.
Thank God.
Guidance? Or-
Instinct. I mean, I can cast guidance, but to be fair, I took my moment to cast pass without trace.
Yeah, so we got a 27, 28, and 18.
Yeah, I don't like using guidance hindsight.
So, I'll go around the edge. It's pretty easy to sneak past these things. These
Around the
things
outside,
aren't
around the
very
outside.
they don't see very actually they see pretty well. Never mind.
But they don't have eyes.
Well, tell me why then does that block have a +4 to perception?
Maybe it's just that they only have 4 perception.
It says +4. I get what you're trying to go for, but no.
Maybe they can sense brains, in which case they have no idea we're here.
As
Brains.
sneak by, there are several points where you stop just to get past this. By the time you get the exit, you can tell it's already going down sunwise. Sun is already beginning to.
Yeah, I would just say to the others, be prepared for a similar onslaught from previous night. When we get out the other side, our priority is just to find somewhere to hunker down.
Gotcha.
And he gestures to Kelda for the crystal in case he has to light it.
I hand it over.
And he's ready to cast it, but he won't do it and draw attention until it's necessary.
So, 7 is laid out a little because as you descend down, it is golden fence blocking off except for further past. Now, as you pass the bars, they're albeit very rusty. Now, but this is where all the huge houses, huge.
I can hear Kelda's pupils dilating.
I just start vibrating. It's just like I need to go in there.
However, because of this fact, there are no houses to go to. Is go.
Gold has a low melting temperature compared to a lot of metals.
But I'm saying that this level is not laid out as the. So this map is in
So
error.
how far is the closest house? Would we be able to get there in an hour?
Like an hour and a half.
Damn it.
Have to melt the bars.
It's fine, daylight lasts for an hour.
Can you
If daylight
cast down the crystal
works.
again? You mean
What
if
did you say,
daylight works?
Kelda?
It worked last time. I said, can you cast it again?
That was a different
I-
creature.
On the same
I
one.
can cast it 3 times. Technically, I can cast it more than that, but I'd be using higher spell slots, which would be a little bit of a waste. Because
Well, survival is not a waste.
Well, okay, touche. I can't fault that.
Kelda is just staring beseechingly at Nox. It's like, can we please go in? I need to take things.
Nox sort of glances
Listen.
through the bars up at the sky to sort of gauge how much time he's got.
Oh.
And he would sort of say, probably spend half hour trying to break these bars, and if we've had no luck, we'll have to come back tomorrow.
But we will come back. At some point.
Well, I don't intend on spending the rest of my life down here. At some point, we'll be passing back this way.
Fine. Is all that's gonna be on my mind.
Well, best we break the bars fast. The bars have a lock.
God damn it.
The only thing Mason really has in his repertoire is heat metal, so I mean he could help heat
That's what
the
I was
bars,
thinking
but
of,
it's
to be
like
fair.
yeah, like double heats, like extra heat the metal. But
I also have Flaming Sphere, so if you heated the metal, I could try and roll a Flaming Sphere through it.
okay,
I also
Kelda,
have Erupting Earth.
look, as like he's gonna kind of just whisper to her like, all right, look, I know it's tempting right now, but you know what, later on, how about you and me just do a heist when we get out of this fucking hellhole? All right,
Absolutely.
I'll let you keep all the money if that can distract you long enough for us to get the fuck out of here.
Nox,
Okay.
probably not in his greatest wisdom, does kind of mutter quietly to himself, though. Imagine all the untouched treasures in there.
You are not helping.
And
Mason's
then he
just
kind
glaring
of
at
snaps out of it, like he's kind of magpieing a little bit here.
Yeah, Mason's just glaring at him like, really, motherfucker?
And
Mason had just barely managed to talk Kelda down to like, okay, we're gonna come back later, and not saying that, she just whips around. It's like, you are not helping, pointing
Like,
straight up at his face.
absent-mindedly, like, running his claws back and forth across the bars, but he's using primal savagery as he does it subconsciously, so he's doing acid damage to the bars as he does it.
The bars have no damage.
Yeah, Kelda, when we get to a nice city with a nice big bank or something, I'll help you do a heist, alright? Let's just, to help keep your mind off this, you can keep all of it.
Can we just come back here later?
So Nox kind of starts to walk away, but he sort of, like, gives Kelda a bit of side-eye and sort of quietly mouths and gestures with his hand, "We're coming."
I may need you to pick me up and take me away from here. Being totally honest.
Mason just grabs her. Alright.
Hoiks her over the shoulder, and as he walks away, she's just gazing longingly at the bars as they grow distant.
Just puppy dog eyes staring straight at the bars.
Mason just pats her on the head. It's okay. It's okay.
As you descend down and down as you down Fenrir this floor walked pretty diagonal. So looking at this map, you guys, stairs were like as a guys basic stairs went down like, and it stopped about here, which is now the edge of the
Okay, so it's way smaller.
it is
Just
way
like a little
smaller.
donut around the middle.
Still a donut around the middle, but
So it's basically like that's like the single row of buildings around the edge.
yes. However, there are alcoves. There are alcoves. of other buildings, other
Okay.
things. Over non-map view for this. As you walk around, there's nothing. No dead bodies, nothing. Recognize this as whole ground. To the front, you see a temple made of white, half black, sort of a blend together of both black and white or marble. You're right. A temple fully composed of white pure marble, left of black. The one with the black marble has a lot of darker insinuations with it. A lot of darker symbolism. Leaf, flowers that are somewhat wilted but still alive. And you have the complete opposite when it comes to the white temple.
I think Nox would probably be drawn to the one that's half and half.
Follow?
Mason follows.
That's kinda, yeah.
It's
As
kind of
you
a
enter
being of
into
two worlds.
on the altar, being there, just praying. A certain minotaur.
Oh boy.
Says, took you long enough.
Don't exactly have a welcome wagon rolled out here.
Yeah, we kept tripping on the red carpet down here. Sorry about that.
Not to mention that bitch on level 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, did not appreciate the birdcage.
Killer?
No, I'll make sure we do
we
that on the way back.
we didn't
Good.
we didn't find her. She kind of left after she trapped us.
Well, she
And
went
it
back
was
into
getting
the
dark.
tent, and then she kicked you out of the main tent.
It was getting dark. It was either we head down away from all the hungry, gnashing teeth, or we dealt with her. Since we're
I
likely to be
remember
heading back up
correctly,
that
they were
way.
on level 5, right?
That's right.
It would have.
Whatever they were, they tore things to shreds in the night.
Yeah, they're really. Hate the sunlight though.
Which worked to our advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Not like the fuckers above us.
Yeah, whatever they were.
Yeah.
They're a different breed. They like to devour souls.
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Mason's eyes just kind of twitching.
Yeah. It's really bad fate. One it was bad upon. Any. How's it
Anyway.
going? Uh-huh.
Well, now we finally tracked you down. Surprised you didn't introduce yourself the last time you were around us.
There were too many eyes watching. I would have blown my cover. Then I
Surprised
wouldn't
we
be able to help.
hell. And Nox sort of like frowns and shows an inquisitive kind of look.
He looks at you and he looks at you with more sorrow now and he goes, I heard you lost your memory. I think it was.
Yeah, well, Pet Dan really did a number on me.
Yes, and do you remember entirely what?
I remember the experiments, I remember the damage, but not necessarily the order that things went in.
So the experiments happened. Well, should I start from brother?
Nox had kind of fold his arms and lean against a pillar or something and go, sure, regale me.
All right. I'll start from the way beginning. From when we both lived with our parents in the Tyr Empire. We lived on the edge. We lived
Insert city here.
thought I wrote markers.
I haven't got anything for the Tyr Empire.
I know, I thought I put it in here as something.
Bargain, the Pyramid City.
Okay, so we lived village of Kine. You and I, we were both born there. There's the Tyr Empire, a kind of weird state. There's a mountain range that cuts off the rest of the Tyr Empire from sorry, from the theocracy. However, our little village, being the outliers that we are on the opposite side of that mountain range, right next to the Tyr Empire. Not too close, however. We're about 2 days' travel away from the border. We grew up as playmates for a while. Your mother and father lived and worked with my parents well until a pandemic came.
COVID.
Your mother passed. My father passed. After about time that we were about 5 years, our parents decided to get together. At that point, very taboo. It raises the way that we parents. So much so that we were ostracized to the outskirts of the village. A year later, church burned down the. However, because we were on the outskirts, mainly to mountain, your father delivered us to a cave and after some time, try to see what was. I was stuck in that days. I assume he died.
Well, you are half right.
Yes. Later, I found out that you were experimented. Now, I found you, and you invited me to join Lord Petcam.
Nox visibly closes his eyes and curses at that point.
I will say one thing. It is one thing I told you when I agreed. I am not loyal to man, but I am loyal to you. Say the word and I will follow.
I appreciate that.
During a mission.
Especially,
Oh, continue. Sorry.
I was just going to say, he said he appreciates that, and he was going to say, especially given his memory loss, that you still hold to it.
Of course I. During a mission, when we were going in between lanes, had a quick stop before we were able to come back here to the main lane. Something happened. We're separated and then gone. It is at that point that I believe I lost. Several trips back under Lord Petdan's orders, try to find you if you still trapped in. However, limbo is rather large. After months of searching, Petdan man. The only auction when I saw you
Some time ago.
and ever since gathering.
Just how much have you told him?
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel you're mistaken. I didn't. Not that. Nothing that he would need. And I'm talking. I'm quite so swift.
Cat lady.
Precise. That late Gary.
I'll say.
But he is very rude. But
Birds.
and she put that info to good use. You are now here.
She's been a great help. She's helped to give me more control over some of my abilities, rather than the other way around.
He hops down from the altar and approaches Pez and holds out his hand.
Nox would start to extend his hand out, and he would hesitate just a moment and say, "Note that it's not because I don't trust you, just that I wish to see it for myself, so that it reinstalls back in my memory."
He notes, be warned, not from your perspective, but we'll feel off.
I'm used to that.
And exactly what parts left unsaid, stealing
Done.
documents from Lord Petdan's castle and handing them to the cat lady, or to her cat's correspondent.
As he comes back out of it, he would go, "You're mad. You know what you could have suffered for this."
It was worth it. And that Lord Petdan doesn't. Cat lady out. Because I was never trying. Bill that he has found on. Not found.
Unfortunate.
Fortunately, found. Announced.
I imagine my time away in the other plane also helped sever that connection.
Entirely know. Do not entirely know how long. Yeah. For all we know, bounced out. Plane. Separated.
For as long as I can remember, I've resided in the forest in the University of Skills.
That might have been where it happened. Out.
Don't remember the situation under which I ended up there or how the Dryads accepted me. Just that it was home. I imagine that our old dragon friend had something to do with it. Ian Citric.
I never met him. There was one point when you did, though. Before. I was not with you. But I know that you were sending something from Lord Petdan to him. As for what that is, what happened, I was not with you.
Maybe something for one of his gates. Ironically, the one that probably undid him in the end.
Could be.
Then Nox would suddenly sort of like snap out of his sort of reminiscent daydreaming thing and say, "The key. You took the key, right?"
I have it. I believe what do you have right now? The sphere?
Yes.
Okay. Key out. Triangle. Pyramid.
Yeah, because that's the one that Squidward had.
Those before you get to
You can never get them.
how. I've searched into them. They are created by the gods. That they are destructible. I do not know of it.
Stones might hold the power we require.
But the one stone that I know of that can cause destructive force, the one best guarded,
The Rage Stone.
the one that corrupts everything in its vicinity. We actually don't even know if it's
The only group I've encountered are those who defend the Mind Stone.
very powerful even in its own right, but it has no destructive capabilities.
Not in the physical sense, he says with a grin.
Yes, well, these things should be destroyed.
Granted. He sort of thinks back to way back when all this started and he encountered that strange entity in the bar. Seem to recall that being some kind of god. Remember
Call
the...
upon him.
Maybe.
One thing's first. Get all of them first before you attack. Who knows if Lord Petdan knows what's going on with those things, even whilst they're out of the hands of those he trusts.
Well, the fact that you've been able to do all that you have shows that he's not quite as omnipotent as he likes to think he is.
Trust me. That new bird fellow didn't make any ear.
You see a clear wave of little storm of emotions go across him when he says that. So he's not just joined the Hells, but Petdan himself.
One more time for me?
So he's not just joined the Hells, but Petdan himself.
Are you referring to his wing?
Plus the fact that he went through the Infernal Portal.
Oh, right. I forgot about. Oh, okay. I remember now. Goes that and has him mind.
Nox's eyes kind of light up at that.
Any
And
question
he frowns at that.
Without any or for out of mind.
If there's one thing I can do is put mind into people.
You've done it
think Pet Dan has the stone.
I heard that Pet Dan brought him shortly after.
Hypocritical fool. We must take that Pope down.
Next.
Very much so.
The cube is there. Well, technically.
That'd get quite a mixed reaction. He's given it life.
Given it life.
You said, the wolf.
Yes.
The cube is the wolf.
No. Because the cube is with the wolf.
Oh. Right, okay, that
Hilda
makes
just
a
thinks,
lot more
oh god,
sense.
is that another furry? Are they all furries?
Lord Petan, for some reason, named all of us after animals.
Is he a furry?
Clearly.
Who knows? Maybe he is. One thing's for sure, he's dangerous. And he is technically your last taking.
Wow. Must we pay this Pope a visit?
I must.
What's your plan?
I will be there when you are at the cave. Remember the cave with
I remember.
I will be there. Not suspect a thing. Lord Petan actually called me back. Moments came. Expecting me.
Be wary.
He wants me by words. Wants me by his side. That you cannot kill another.
Well, you could potentially tell him that we crossed paths and I tried, but you escaped. It would certainly alleviate any suspicions that I know who you are.
Lord Petan, you're on your
That is
believe that
true.
you
We
are
wouldn't.
on the way. Hopes.
That
As
is
such,
true.
ordered heightens.
Of course he has. Fortunately, I have my anti-security expert here.
He warned that all of you are on post.
Now, what's a face?
Already?
Each
I hope they got my good side.
Nox just spins the gem on his neck and his face turns human.
even your face.
Well, that's just unsporting.
Thank Lord Petan for that one.
I think we
He's
will,
been watching.
personally.
Especially your fights. For action. Watching for a while.
How?
But I do know it all started when you visited the castle. Like viewing from a third, not through eyes.
The only thing I picked up in that location was Fenrir.
Curse.
Oh, he's cursed all right.
I meant by Lord Petdan.
Do not know, but I do have the ability to remove those, so I might give that a try
I
sometime.
would discuss it first. Well, you are going.
Let's see.
I've been out of. You notice that Fenrir's kind of in the back, not really approached. And you kind of see that he's kind of like trying to force his way forward, but he can't.
Interesting.
Went out
Okay.
a bit. It's a area. Not able to alter.
Something about the holy ground here.
More like it's has a very wide angle. But that's mine. I erected a barrier. I suspected it.
Very well. I shall address how to go about it. But I dare say that Lord Petdown would be privy to any conversation as such.
He won't be any comment.
I see. Very well. Once we have done that, I will raise the subject with Fenrir.
With that, I bid you. He steps back and he takes out a tablet stone, breaks it in two. Puff of cloud comes out from the crack, enveloping him. Drinks nothing. And Fenrir is able to go forward now.
Nox sort of glances sideways at Mason and Kelder and sort of gives a nod. Checking that they kind of followed along and know not to mention it in front of Fenrir.
Yeah, Mason's gonna kind of whisper to Kelda, you know, I ain't gonna lie, this took a turn I did not expect today.
Oh, 100%. That was a lot of information.
I have a brother.
You know what that means? Because he kind of like clasps him on the back. That means bunch of family reunions and possibly a lot of presents coming your way. Mason's just trying to joke to kind of lighten the tension with all this.
Nox a kind of chuckle. It's like, oh, after years of being alone, some kind of kin would be nice.
And that is where we're gonna end it for tonight.
Got a family.
Hey, you got a family, and Mason just led about a couple dozen of spirits to like non-existence.
Yep.
Kelda had to be physically carried away from a full area.
That
Yeah,
and you broke us out of a cage, which thank God.
that was
if
pretty
they had-
epic.
yeah.
I'm still furious at that amount of not ones.
Yeah, there's definitely
D&D
something
Beyond
weird.
was not my friend.
Nope. Anyways, that's where we'll end it for tonight. See y'all next time. Bye
But-
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.